How's it going, everyone? I've got a class setup today for all you marksmen out there who want to prove their sharpshooting abilities with the most accuracy dependent weapons in the game. There's no spraying and praying with this setup. These are all or nothing weapons that require that one shot kill. So let's get started and take a look at these weapons for this setup. The one weapon that's been added to the game to prove your accuracy is that Ballista sniper rifle, specifically with its iron sight attachment. Like I mentioned in my full Ballista guide, this iron sight attachment isn't unlocked until right at the end of the attachments grind. But once you've acquired this thing, it allows you to play around with this sniper rifle World at War style using no long range optical scope. This makes it the perfect choice for a marksman or sharpshooter wanting to prove their accuracy, since it's much more difficult to use those iron sights as opposed to the long range optic with the crosshairs, but you've still got the ability to kill in one shot with it being a sniper rifle, unlike some of the battle rifles that you see in game, which are quite accuracy dependent weapons but usually require at least 2 shots to kill. Aiming down sights is definitely the way to go with the Ballista, but another attachment we can go for to increase our accuracy is the laser sight. Firing from the hip with a sniper rifle is all down to pot luck, but the laser sight just increases your chances of landing that hit by tightening up that hip fire spread. The secondary weapon category also has a couple of accuracy dependent weapons under the specials. These include the crossbow and the ballistic knife, both of which fire out a projectile that requires carefully lining up to land that one shot kill. The ballistic knife does give you the ability to kill within a split second, but on the other hand the crossbow rewards you for your accuracy by blowing the enemy apart with that explosive bolt. Then one other weapon you might want to go for is the combat axe. This is another weapon that requires quite a bit of skill to use, and you've got to line up those shots and judge the arc of the projectile. This is especially cool when you manage those awesome bank shots when sending the tomahawk, or combat axe as it's now known, across the map into someone's head. So moving on, let's take a look at some perks which are going to help you perform better as a marksman. Marksmen or sharpshooters in real life often remain undetected and concealed, plus with us using the sniper rifle in a more aggressive role, we'll go with the ghost perk for slot number 1 to keep us off the radar and allow us to line up those shots and engage the bad guys on our own terms without being hunted out as a little red dot on the radar. We don't want our accuracy being affected by enemy incoming fire, especially considering we're using a sniper rifle and that crossbow, which both require that deadly one shot to land a hit. So for perk slot number 2 we'll go with toughness to reduce that flinch and make sure our shots go where we're actually pointing the weapon. Then we'll also double up with the perk 2 greed wildcard and run the fast hands perk. We're using 2 deadly weapons in both the primary and secondary slots, so we'll want to minimise the time it takes to switch between these weapons, and of course that fast hands perk also helps throw out that tomahawk or combat axe a lot quicker. Then finally for perk slot number 3 we'll go with dexterity for that faster recovery from sprinting in order to bring your weapon up quicker. While we are using that toughness perk, we still want to be the first to open fire so we're not left with any depleted health or gunned down by anyone else who might be using a one shot one kill weapon like the shotguns or sniper rifles. So that's it for the main perks and weapon setup. Let's move on and take a look at some score street rewards which you can use to prove your marksmanship abilities. None of the score street rewards require quite as fine an accuracy as the sniper rifles or those special weapons, but at least there's a few that actually require you to manually point it in the right direction, first of which is the death machine. I've used this reward quite a few times in these class setups so far, but it's definitely a fun weapon to use. It's not like those other score street rewards which you can just press a button and allow it to secure some kills for you. With this one you actually have to manually wield it and make your way around the map. And while it does spray out bullets at an insane rate of fire, you still have to point it in the right direction and make sure that you hose the enemy down. Another score street reward which requires some manual control is the Dragonfire drone. This one's a little bit more difficult with you having to control its flight path as well as that mounted cannon. Then the final score street reward doesn't require quite as much pinpoint accuracy, since you can kill the enemy with the splash damage from the bombs, but the lodestar still requires you to guide the missiles down from the sky as if you were threading the eye of a needle. So give this setup a try and test your accuracy in game. As long as hit detection's on your side, this setup can be lots of fun. That iron sight attachment on the Ballista is another unique weapon in the game, so it's nice to put some playtime in and use a setup that's not available in other Call of Duties. If you do have some fun with this setup, or if you just enjoyed my video, I'd really love a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. If you've just happened to stumble across my video, don't forget you can subscribe to stick around for plenty more class setups for Black Ops 2. I like to post fun setups like this, as well as setups that help you get better scores in game. If you might have missed any of the previous episodes, you can always look down in that description to find a link to the full playlist of videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching, I'll catch you all later.